Hey there guys, DMO73 here, bringing you some more spoiler coverage for Vingolf 3, the Ruler All-Stars. I am very hyped about this. Today we are seeing Resonators that are our rulers from the Alice cluster. Very sick stuff to show you guys today, especially the artwork. The artwork in this set blows my mind. Also, just one thing to point out, all of these cards are full art. Whether or not they come foil has been yet to be confirmed, but the fact that every single card in this set is going to just come full art means that we get to enjoy all of this beautiful artwork right off the bat, and man, am I pumped about it. So let's just go ahead and dig right in. First up, we have Arla, the Light Wing. He's a 4-drop angel, which means that he can be brought out with Celestial Wing Seraph, important to know. He's an 8/8. Other J/Resonators you control with flying gain barrier. So he provides barrier to anything that's flying in the air. That's pretty nice, especially if you bring it out with a Celestial Wing Seraph. So Celestial into this, suddenly Celestial is completely protected as long as Arla stays on the board. And he's an 8/8, so that's pretty decent. And he can tap to deal 400 damage to target attacking J/Resonator, so kind of like Bow, Artemis Bow. He can pay 1 and tap to destroy target addition or regalia. The fact that he can hit regalia is nuts. Like, that's crazy. It's better than Artemis Bow. He can't hit standby cards, which is fine, but in return we got a repeatable 1-mana instant speed killing of a regalia, so I'm sick. So that's sick about it. And then for 3 will and tap, you can destroy target J/Resonator with flying, so just like a bow. So you spend, all these counters and stuff, or in this case will, and he's popping stuff and doing things like that, or dealing damage just by tapping. All of this is super sick. I think it's cool that it's kind of like Arla himself is on the board using his Artemis Bow, his God's Art, or his regalia. It's pretty sick. Next up we have Faria, Paladin of the Dawn, 2-drop light, 6/6 Paladin Resonator. She can't take any damage while she's battling, so she's a perfect blocker, just like Zero was, and she can pay 2 white to cancel target spell or ability targeting this card, so just hard cancel it. I really like that a lot. I like the fact that it's not just like this permanent barrier. You have to kind of keep paying into it. And light having this 2-drops. I also like that she's not a knight, that she has this kind of extra kind of race to her. And again, the artwork is gorgeous. So moving into our fire stuff, we've got Melkus, the King of Conquest. He's got a lave there, gripping a guy's face. He's a 2-drop 6/4 with swiftness. And he just says players cannot gain life. So pretty straightforward. You wanted to take me on alone, haha, that'll be interesting, and no running away from the fight this time, Faria. So the two of them are kind of obviously talking back and forth to each other in their artwork, which I think is really nice, and just a nice little flavor text. Then we have Sylvia Guild Palaralias. I love the fact that it's both of her forms on the same side. She is a 3-drop 8/7, so those stats are fantastic. With flying and awakening of green. When this card enters your field, put a 5/5 Fire Wind Dragon Resonator token with flying into your field. So Vingolf's gonna have tokens, which is also really cool. And if your J/ruler is Sylvia, then she gains swiftness. So I like this a lot, because this means that there are going to be cards in this set that synergize with older rulers, which means that there's already kind of this natural encouragement to take these cards from this Vingolf and put them back into these old decks with these older rulers. Really hyped about that. Percy, the Wind's Child. So it's a 1-drop green 1-drop green 1/1. She has Resonance, Wind, Magic Stone. You get put 2 +1/+1 counters on her, and she has Precision and +1/+1 as long as your ruler is Prisia, J-ruler is Prisia, or either side of Prisia. So every turn, Prisia is going to get a little stronger whenever you hit a Wind Magic Stone. I think that's pretty cool. It's based on how much removal there is in Vingolf, if you're talking like Vingolf sealed, but overall I think that's a pretty neat effect for Percy. She starts kind of tiny, and the longer you let her be on the board, she gets more and more impressive. Next we have Yggdrasil, the First Tree. Beautiful card art as well. 4-drop 0/12 Treasure Tree Resonator, and just says tap, produce 2 wills in any combination of attributes. So it's a 4-drop ramp 2 spell that's also a body that can serve as a block. I really like that, especially since it's in any combination of attributes, so you can just cast kind of whatever you need on your turn. This is definitely a really cool card, but I like the flavor of it a lot. Next we have Kavya, Guardian of the Moon. The artwork for this is adorable with the moon bunnies and everything else. She's a 2-drop 3/3. She taps to put a 1/1 water rabbit resonator token into your field. And rabbit resonators you control gain +1/+1 as long as you control a moon addition. So if you've got a moon in there, suddenly your rabbits are going to be 2/2 rabbit tokens or whatever. So that idea of a new card to make rabbit control a thing, I'm totally on board for it. Very, very cool. Next up we have Valentina, Maiden of the Oceans. So this artwork I'm a little bit disappointed by, honestly. It shows a little bit more of her like dark side, right? But it still just kind of looks a lot like her front side J ruler for the first set. But her flip side J ruler. No, it's the front side ruler. Sorry, I'm bad. So she's a 6-drop 12/12. If your ruler is Valentina, she is a 5-drop 12/12, which is fine. And you can tap and discard a card to bounce a resonator, or you can tap and discard 3 cards to steal a resonator. And it's permanent. Here's my trump card, you die. So that's pretty cool. You're playing this in a Valentina deck. It's going to be something that you can use all those cards that you have in your hand and just kind of steal things at instant speed or bounce things back at instant speed. When you're combining it with the fact of like playing things like Shion that can also let you do that, you can control the board pretty effectively. Next up we have Resards, the Vampire Lord, 3-drop 8/8 vampire. And his text is a little bit hard to read, but it says, at end of turn, so this means either player's turn, put all resonators that were dealt damage by this card this turn from their from their owner's graveyards into your field. So anytime on either player's turn that something dies that's been dealt damage by Resard, at the end of the turn he's going to resurrect it onto his side of the board. Now when he leaves your field, you have to banish all those resonators, which is fine. The master is gone, all the minions die. It fits with the theme. And he says this card gains whenever this card deals damage, you gain that much life, as long as your J/ruler is Resard. So I think that's pretty cool too, having lifelink, everything else. So, and then lastly we have Machina, the Clockwork King. He's a 3-drop 6/6. Excuse me again. He has no attribute, so he is still a void card. When this card enters your field, reveal the top card of your deck. If it's Machine, put it into your field. At the next end of turn, return it to your hand. That is pretty cool. You talk about like maybe playing some Shion machines and stuff, like the fishing deck. Here's another tool for you to make use of, that you can kind of manipulate and stuff and bring out a big dude because it's any machine. So I definitely like that a lot. And then it'll just stay on the top of the deck if it's not a machine. But with Shion, you can just manipulate it and put it on top if you need to. So I think that's really cool. I think all these cards are really cool. The card artwork is great. Let me know what you guys think about it, though, in the comment sections down below. Are you hyped about the new Vingolf set? Are you disappointed by the new Vingolf set? What's going on with you? And share this video out and subscribe to the channel. But until next time, this is DMO73 signing off.